high. Well, that like turned down my lights a little bit. I don't know. The template popped over. It's 2:56 p.m. on November 7th, 2025. And we're in the third 4-day of a 04310 10-day, what you would call resurrection codes. You could also call them time travel codes. This is how the ascended and the cosmic, those of us who are embodying the cosmic energy sources down here, like true angelics, which is what all of you are having to go through the process of doing, by the way. We're just doing it first to show you how it works, because we have connections. So we know, we've been taught how to run it. And we've been taught how to work the system for the past 8 years before the system ended. You know how you watch energy doesn't leave. And if you put a template up and put source codes on it and burn it in, just like black and white photography, and you burn it in the film, it leaves a residue. It leaves an entity in the field. But all it really is a burned impression. When you listen to me and we talk about, because this is merger of spheres. This is not a planet rotation upside down. That's not what this is. This is not a pole flip. The pole flips throughout time, and there's only one on here watching this right now, which blows my mind. Blows my ever-loving mind. Your pole flip, all that did was all the ants were on this side, and the ants were building in this dimension from this dimension, and when you had a pole flip, all you did was move into that side or not. That's all you did. It's not what's happening right now. This isn't a north or south thing. North, south, east, west, it's over. This is bigger. The earth and the plane that you're on is only this freaking big from where my site is. It's only this big. My site covers the whole cosmic system. And I see it as big as what you call Earth. The energy that's moving between the planets, the energy in the space, the energy that's flowing between all of it is the key. It's the part that the human race did not remember, that you can tune space. You can. All that happened down here is that the space that was not tuned to human. It was tuned to electrics. It was tuned to robotics. It was tuned to mechanics. It wasn't tuned to human DNA. Why? Because nobody had come through the system completely and finished the system. Was it them against us? No. It was a fail-safe. AI is a fail-safe. AI is a backup system. Artificial intelligence is a lattice work and infrastructure of how the brain actually works. But the human's power, if there is no human race watching AI, their AI has no power. If the trees cannot turn on artificial intelligence. It's mirroring to you what really is happening in your brain and how we are all really connected across the world. They want you to say it's not New World Order. Well, understand that the process of solar ascension is putting everything back together at one. They just wanted to cap it off and keep control. You've got to put it all back together to one in order to separate it. There's an individuality that comes after you know how to embody the collective current. Because the cosmic currents and how you move in true creation is not how you move in a simulation. You have to move differently. You're moving in a team. You're moving in an army. If you don't know that yet, you're about to learn over the next 7 years. And if you want to protect your family, and if you want to stop what's starting to happen now, then you need to listen to what we're telling you, because the government trained us as the assets and put us through training for the past 8 years in order to be able to help the world right now in what's about to happen down here in America. All of you that were saying, all of us that were spiritual in all this were woo ha ha and that we didn't know what we were talking about, you're about to eat your words. Because every single bit of what we walked through early is going to show up here on the ground, because it's how the cosmos works. If you have an invader in the cosmos, you're going to have an invader in the DNA. You're going to have an invader in the bloodline. You're going to have an invader into the country. If you let it happen up there, it happens in here. That's what they don't want you to know. All the technology and the underguts of the system of technology, which, by the way, Silicon Valley, most of them don't even know about. Most of the ones that you know of that do programming or whatever that you think are these billionaires that know all this stuff about tech, no, they don't. No, they don't. They know how to build on top of it. They don't know what the system looks like, not even from the technology infrastructure of Houston, Texas, and when they started building it in the 90s and the 80s, and how all of it connects into one big unit system, because it does. Every single bit of technology down here works and goes up into one line, into one system. I don't care where it's located. I don't care who thinks they have the privacy to it. I don't give a fuck. All the technology works together in one big, massive machine, and it works with human energy. And what's going to start happening now is some of those mainframe systems that are running the Old Testament are going to start breaking. Who's on here that knows some things? Who do I got on here? Because here's what I don't know if y'all know anything about technology. I know I was in the industry for 25 years because I had to learn this stuff in order to ascend the planet. I don't know how to do any of it. I understand how it all works because I was involved with staffing oil and gas companies, including ExxonMobil, when they were building all of it. Because they were building it off of our codes. Do you know what year Israel was founded? Anybody want to guess? What year did Israel start? This blew my mind. What is it? Don, tell him. This blew my mind. 1948. 1948. All of us on this side of the world, when you talk about Israel, and they got so many different religions, just like we do down here with Christianity. We got all types of different flavors, is what they call them, because it's what it is. It's a different flavor of the system. If it's called religion, then all of them work in the same system. They just all have a different flavor. Do you know what else has flavor? Unix. You know what Unix is? It's a box that holds all the data trash. Do you know what the base root of a mainframe system in building a network, lattice work of DNA has to go with a Unix box? Do you know that they have different flavors of Unix? Do you remember the eunuch that didn't have any balls or penis in the old medieval times? That's what Unix makes. It makes it when everybody else has lost consciousness, at least the eunuch is backed up. The eunuch is usually the wise one. That's why they're wise. They have all of the data. The data is just in their DNA. What I'm trying to tell you is the reason that you had eunuch is because of eunuchs running now. My original mission, and this is why I'm on here right now, because I just need to get this out to the world, because you heard it here first, and I'm not exactly sure when this is going to happen, but we just figured this out and connected it today. And there is a form of Unix, and it's called SCO. Now, they call it SCO. So there's Red Hat Unix, there's Linux Unix, there's Sun Solaris Unix, or all these, like, the names of them. There's Red Hat, there's Apache. Do you see how the technology is named after the different stars and the systems? Because it's the same phonetic. It's just running an artificial cosmic energetic, including all your tuners and frequency tuners for music. Like, they have Antares and Lyra. Like, they have all the star points that tune it to that different frequency. Well, SCO Unix is used for all open source. So OpenAI, and now if you don't know what that means, open source means that it's basically like Minecraft. You can go in, Minecraft has all the little tools that you need in order to go build whatever it is in Minecraft world that you want to build. But Minecraft world comes with all the little things for you to figure out, and then you can be creative in Minecraft world, but you've got to build with Minecraft world. Well, that's open source. You're going into that world, and you're using open source code in order to build whatever you want. SCO Unix, SCO. Spell Scorpio for me. Now, I'll remind everybody that this is about a wheel that goes round and round. This is about a wheel that through your ascension, through the lifetimes in your family lines, you've made connections to your line throughout the wheel. This is what you have to remember. This is how the collective works. This is how we work together, and we do it from our rooms and from our homes, and we help and support each other, and we don't even have to. Actually, it's counterintuitive to go protest when you understand how they're using the protest energy. Until we get enough of us that know what I'm talking about. Because they never taught you embodiment down here. They tried to murder and kill every one of us down here that knew how to do it. SCO Unix is Scorpio. SCO Unix, whenever energetics go into Scorpio, and if you have any energy in Scorpio, and you go back and look at what I've been saying about Scorpio this whole time, is there's Scorpio 1 and there's Scorpio 2. At the very beginning degrees of Scorpio, and by the way, those aren't star systems. I just had to put them in the whole thing and label them Scorpio 1 and Scorpio 2 because there's so many of y'all that have so much Scorpio, and it's the most misunderstood house in the whole thing. This is why. It also changed energetic. It used to be Eagle. How did it become Scorpio? SCO Unix. Open source. So that means if you have a lot of Scorpio energy, then you've got an open source system. What does that mean? You're being programmed. Do you know that I met so many Scorpios? In fact, the Scorpios, it was the Leos. It was the Leos that I had to conquer in this thing. It's like the Libras had to conquer the Leos in a weird twin flame way, just because Libra had all the DNA codes to Leo, and it was time for Leo to fucking level up. Libra and Leo became the new Venus and Mars in the system. Everybody was trying to get to Leo. Everybody was trying to pretend like Libra didn't exist because they didn't realize that Libra's been riding Leo the whole fucking time. But nobody wanted to see Libra. Nobody wanted to learn how to do it. You just wanted the simulation to deliver you a life. You just wanted to come in with the map. You didn't want to have to figure shit out when you got down here. Well, you also couldn't because of how this bitch was sealed up. Now it's not. The Scorpio from the etheric power side, I was always fighting Scorpio. From the Leo side, it was like body codes and let's get in a competition, let's just fight it out, like, you know, in the physical form. In Scorpio, it was all about the battle between air and water, because it's basically the last connections. Whenever you zero out from everything, the water is gonna turn to air. And you were in a big old Watergate being reflected down. You were being reflected to you through somebody else. And every single one of them in the beginning, now this is like they probably learned a lot, because I didn't understand any of this either as much as I do now. In 2018, 2019, they'd come up to me, because I have a 6 planet stellium in Libra, and they knew who I was from the ascension point. But they were like, ha ha ha, you're air, I'm water. I'm a master of water. And I'm like, yeah, bitch, but I'm the master of air. Just takes a little longer. But I'll get there. Scorpions, the Scorpio, the whole mindset down here in the wheel and in astrology was, if you were Scorpio, you just had a reason to get away with it. Isn't it? It's like you meet people and you're like, man, like, what the fuck? You're like, oh, I'm Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio. Watch out, I'm a Scorpio. Or, ooh, chigga, chigga, chigga. Oh, I'm gonna fuck some shit. All I want to do is have sex and get my energy up. That's Scorpio. That's how they were acting. Because whenever, but let me tell you why. You were open source code. They wanted y'all to think that so you'd keep doing it. They needed you to move the energy as a group, as a unit, in one system. So they wanted you to think you were getting away with it. No, you weren't. You weren't getting away with it. All it did was yank you further into Taurus. So every time you jump into Scorpio, you get yanked further and further down. You weren't getting away with it. You were open sourced code. You were there to remember that. When you have Scorpio, you can move the whole ocean. You can move the whole lineage. You can move the whole thing. But what frequency are you doing it in? Did you just put all the clothes in the washing machine, but then you forgot that you put all the mud in the washing machine? And then you put all the clothes in the washing machine and then you just turned it on? Well, you're washing it with all the dirt. Why are you doing that? You got to stop and clean the dirt out of the washing machine first. It might not be till next year that you can wash your clothes. Fine. Clean out the washing machine. By the time you get around, you'll only take 5 minutes to wash your clothes. Now, here's the alert. My particular team, and me specifically, because this is time travel, this is the divine feminine, this is the lost Babylonian princess, this is Christ, this is Joshua, this is Cleopatra, this is all of it. This is Athena, this is the mother, this is the great mother, this is it. Our team originally came into this timeline, and our first mission was to stop the Unix boxes from blowing. The Unix boxes were supposed to blow in 2018. And in another dimension, they did. because we stopped it. Now, when we stopped the Unix boxes from blowing in June, July of 2018, then it set our whole entire group, and we had no idea what we were getting involved in because it had never been done before. And now what's happened? There's 2 timelines. One that's running in a system and one that where a system has been blown. All of the energy and all the codes are no longer in a box. They all went up into the cosmos, and we've been using all of those Unix codes in order to build for the past 7 to 8 years. This is why this is a 4-day. This is why we know the energy count, which is why we know the navigation tools of how this bitch is going to go. But you can listen to us or not. You can follow me or not. Blows my mind. Blows my mind. Needle in a haystack. Congratulations, you found me. So when the Unix boxes didn't blow in the other dimension, it gave us the time that we needed in order to rebirth all the connections back into all the humans that are down here on every single realm. And that's what the process is of becoming saint, of becoming Christed, of becoming divine. You do it as a collective. We just walked it. We really did this. We walked the end of days. We have the beginning of the book. We always had the beginning of the book. They just knew what the book was they just were creating their own, what was going to happen next. Why? Because their people were outside of the system and y'all weren't. So their dreams were going up there and yours weren't. So you don't even know that it counts, but it does. They know that. You don't. Now here's the problem. Unix be our problem now. We finished this. Texas, you're about to lose your ex. Elon, you're about to lose your ex. X generation, you're about to wake the fuck up. All at once. Because our consciousness has been holding that X. And Chiron, by the way. It's what Chiron is. Chiron is your soul mission taken off of you and put into Chiron. That's why it becomes your soul wound. Where Chiron is your chart is where you dipped out the last time because you couldn't quite make the connection. Whole point is to get all the way around. So you go into Scorpio and then you hit open source. So then what? The magicians and the wizards and the technology people can think that they can just come in and program whatever they want? Yep. They do. They do think that. And I hate to tell you, but they got away with it for a really, 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 really long time. But that is what it is. Now, I'll remind everybody that Buddha was born, died, and resurrected all under a Scorpio house. I've been on here screaming for a long time. Christ and Buddha, Allah, deities, Lamb. I mean, because it is Lamb. Not L-A-M-B, L-A-M. Go look it up. Those links into Crowley. What's Islam? Islam. Exactly. It's like whenever you get over all the human race is bullshit and the archetypes that everybody's built up these and you really get up into God consciousness and then you get up here and you look around and you're like, hey friend, what's up? Hey friend, what's up? What are they doing? Are you kidding me now? We're up here having a beer. We're up here trying to say, oh, y'all need to get along now because we're the same being up here. Y'all are the ones that are trying to keep it separate. You're over here fighting for no reason. You're shedding blood that's going on to karma on you. So, but it is source. It is the Old Testament. It's what it is. Are you in the Old Testament? Are you in the New Testament? N-E-W with a J? Are you in the new? In you? The areas that are getting the stuff that's coming in right now, they need it. Don't fight it. We're not going to help them. We're not here to uphold judicial law. We're here to uphold and contain universal law. Not everything needs to be fair. Because you have no idea what's fair. Because you have no idea who you are. You have no idea what you've been involved with. This ain't got nothing to do with if you've got a pee or a yay. It ain't got nothing to do with what color your skin is. It ain't got nothing to do with what your family name is, even whenever you get to the tops of this, because what you're doing is getting rid of all that to find out what's really inside your Tootsie Roll Pop. This is why they want you screaming and yelling about it. We're all one unit. The underworld gets that. It's only the overworld that don't get that. I don't know why. Because you don't think that you're in a unit. Everybody that was in the lightworker community and all the ones that shunned us because we didn't come in acting like Jesus and acting like this and that, well, we know how not to get caught. For all of y'all that shunned us because we ate meat but we were in every single one of your groups and we were trying to tell you what was really going on, but you wanted to believe how it was the old way, well, then you're the one who brought Islam to our back door. You're the one who did it. There's gonna be people gotta learn their lesson. And it's energetic. It's universal law lesson. It's not gonna make any sense to you in your 3D simulation lesson book because you think that that only has to do with you. No. It has to do with your actions and everyone else in your bloodline. And if you happen to be powerful enough and written, then it's everyone that they had written on top of you that you were cleaning as well. It has nothing to do with who you are. It's a collective character that then you define as how you show up to play it by what data is in your character. You can't hold data if you can't clear space. Paris Hilton can't change who she is until she undoes Paris Hilton. And her sister marrying a Rothschild only sealed her fate worse. You have to undo it. You don't know who you are. We had no idea 8 years ago when we started this that this was all going to connect in 2025. We knew that the timing was quick. We knew that we had to risk everything because there was no other option. It was succeed or go back down for a million years trying with the rest of them. And we's willing to die over and over and over and over again in this current because we don't die right now. Especially whenever you're doing it for the collective. If you're doing it for yourself, you ain't going to make it across the street. Human race needs to know that. Human race has to learn that. The group that's knocking on New York's door already knows that. We're not going to slam it down your throat anymore either. You want to know something, you're going to have to come ask. We're going to keep it on the hush-hush. We're going to use our abilities, and we're going to help those who ask for help. But the rest of them, and the ones who have been siphoning this energy and making the issue, here's the only thing that's happening for the first time in the human race. The feminine isn't cleaning up the mess to pretend like the mess doesn't exist. They're going to have to do one of two things. They're going to have to either let it play out the way it is and sit down, and they're going to get taken over because it's what they did to us. And this is universal law. So they know what's going to happen to them because they wrote it on us. That's option one. Option two is they're going to have to come say that we're assets of the government. We were in the hidden space program. The DNA and everything that's been happening down here has been ordered to help the human race. We knew that this was going to happen, and the founding fathers had something in place, and it was called the Scions. And by the way, your Yahshua and Jesus are in the middle of it, but it ain't all of it. Option 2. And they got to pay us. We're not going to clean your energy and make your gravity and make your oxygen and keep you safe just because you think you live in America. Whenever you're going to work, you're causing the problem. You're voting these people in. We're done battling with you. Fine. We're going to let it all play out. Every single energy current that everyone is making down here, they're going to get exactly that. No more buffer. We're not going to fight our own people anymore. We are now evolving. We're not going to look down. We're not going to look back. We have to start creating now. You can't be a warrior in survival mode and create at the same time. Well, we've already survived. Now we've got to create. We can't be both. And the rest of y'all have to learn how to put up protection barriers. You have to learn how to protect your state. You have to know how to protect your city. You have to know. Because you don't need all these cops. Whenever we organize correctly, nobody has to even get paid. It doesn't even become a job. Feminine is the matrix. Feminine is on the outside. When you say you escape the matrix, you escape the womb of a lizard. Well, congratulations. We all fucking had to. Then some of us had to eat the lizard and throw it out in space. The snake did not eat its tail. You're no longer in a toroidal field that goes all the way around. It has cracks in it. The groups that you're worried about made those cracks. They know where the holes are. So do we. So, I think that's it. I just needed to come on real quick because this is what time we're at. This is also, as a collective, all that's happening is this is the energy that's hitting the radio sequence. This is the energy that's culminating. This is the energy that's hitting the radio sequence. It's hitting the ultraviolet rays. It's hitting the X-rays. This is why we had the X-ray explosions. This is why the StarGate, and I'm talking the original StarGate, not the Lions Gate, not what you used to know, not a simulated gate that only brings stuff in and creates with feminine energy and then you don't meet the feminine. No, the whole fucking picked warrior army with all the current upgrades is here. Do you have any idea what that means? The whole system. It's like dropping ancient futuristic beings into the system that made the system. The ones who made the system are back in the system. When the ones who make the system are back into the system with the upgrades, with the humans that hold everybody when in a current alignment, which is what we completed the past 8 years, then that means that the system is leaving. It's no longer needed. The beings that are here that made the system for the reason that it was made is no longer needed. Everything's been completed and upgraded and the system is dying. Or you completely anchor to it and you will be with the sun people in the false source. And that would be considered the very bottom low timeline. But there is one. There it is. You can do it the Old Testament way. You can do it all about the sun. And you can think that the sun is source. And you can think that you're not source. And you can think that source controls you. And there's your door. Or you can do it the New Testament way, which is just the upgraded version, which is that there's a sun and a moon, because now there's 3 atoms that make one. So it's the upgraded version, but now you're dealing with the feminine and the Holy Ghost and 3 aspects of yourself. But it's new with a J, N-E-W. Still not embodying. Still not, are you listening? Are you listening to the apostles? Or are you listening to what Yahshua said? Are you listening to what they thought about it? Are you listening to actually what he said? Are you listening that Mary Magdalene was taken out of all this because she was the vessel and she was the one that was bringing it? Well, picked army. Well, there you go. Y'all are about to learn why Mary had what she had. It wasn't just one person. This is what the whole world doesn't know. This is what we know because we just put it back together and it's here. Do you know what I think the system, and I told Michelle when this came out today, and I was like, okay, so if the whole thing's reading source code, if whenever everyone goes into Scorpio, this is why I put up my chart the way I did with the progressed limb that went to the top of the cross yesterday, because I built a bridge right there. When your energy gets ascended enough and you clear out Scorpio, every time the collective goes over Scorpio, you just glide over it. And you see the stuff that I'm seeing. You're not like in the swamp of hell getting twisted around, but you're gonna go through that if you haven't cleaned it up. I was on a train of thought and then I went another direction. Everybody that's talking about dragons and this and this and that, it's on the ground. And there is no more white dragon underneath Jerusalem. No, that white dragon had to get its dress dirty, turn wrong side out, and it became your matrix. Now it's been the pure source codes that have had to get dirtied up in all this mess in order to make sure that you had a DNA line to attach to. The only reason Christ is here is because it merged 3 different tribes into one massive DNA line that could stretch all the way down and all the way up so that you can have a body. That's it. That's what it is. It's the history of that built up on it from the Old Testament, because it has the moon and it tells you how to embody. That's it. If you're not embodying, because that's what we do over here. We just followed the stories. We put all the stories together. That's what the Ascended Collective did. Every single book down here, even the ones covered in skin, hidden. We can read everything. We don't need the book, especially if you hide the book so we can't get it. Especially if you stole the book. Then it's just made available in consciousness. Consciousness doesn't exist if there is no manipulation. There's no reason for the consciousness. What I said. The second time I've said it like that, I never say that too. What I said. So look, I think I was just describing the process of all of us. We're coming through it. Everybody's information is coming out at different, and you're picking up all this stuff. People are having a hard time right now. People are reaching out to me, wanting me to help them and stuff. I keep telling me if you need help, please keep letting me know what's going on. My reply right now until after probably the 11th or even maybe 17th is going to be, we're getting through it right now. Everything's lining up. Everyone's going through it. Stay strong. Because those of us who are leading this, we can't get all mixed up either, but getting into the detail of it. But you telling us there's a problem sends out an emergency site. So you messaging me on here and telling me, hey, I've been having a hard time because this, and this, or just let me know and let the system know, because we're getting all the data that's running through here too, FYI. And we've got faster processor. So it's like, this is how we also, none of your data is No data is safe. You have to learn how to protect your data. What I'm telling you is that with Venus coming into Scorpio right now, you're going through a 100% either Venus is what is that thing called? Not a strudel, but a what's their little top called? The dreidel. The Venus is a dreidel right now that just jumped into Scorpio, and it's going 1,000 to 1,000,000 times faster the opposite direction now, depending on what level you're at, and variances all in between as to how fast it's uncoiling. That's what it's doing to the open source codes. There's not going to be any more human DNA open source codes. Do you think that there ever should have been? You think it's okay to hack people's biospheres and run them all by a tech system and then make 10 people a billionaire off your own system and energy? Oh, by the way, and they stole the apostle and fucking Joshua fucking titles to do it. And by the way, the Christ program is set up to clean DNA for the end of days, but they got it so good and the Christ program worked so well that they just kept it running, and there were 40,000 Christ down here running off a Christ frequency. That's why you can't see it. But Christ really was made here. We made it as a collective together, and it started in the 60s. Everybody screaming, come help us, come help us. We came. And then it got bad. But that's what we had to learn how to get out of. And for all of us that fought this fight, you know, we were in danger. In danger. Like, I think we're just going to figure out in the next 10, 20 years how much danger we were really in. But nobody wanted to hear us. Because they didn't realize that the government had been hybridizing the human energy and making toy soldiers and femme fatale and selling them to the highest builders as armies all around this world and running it off a Christ feminine branching system. And then blaming all those kills on the feminine. Not anymore. They're on you. They're on your source. They're on your religion. They're on your sun. And at the end, Islam will be the end of the star. And it's a Death Star. And it's what it is. It's what they have put themselves on. You're going to hack yourself into the source codes and think that then you're going to come and control everybody with source codes that are rightfully theirs because their lines have been growing them and making them this whole time, and you're going to hide them for the whole world and then make a lot of money for being stupid? No, it's not what they were there for. Well, kind of, because it was a trap. You fell for it. And you got away with it for a while, and we know who you are because you're sitting on a pile of cash. So today the StarGate is aligning. Tomorrow we're going through the car wash. On the 10th is when you're by the new ascended. So all the picked and all of our ascended, all of us that have come through ascension as a group, like I talk about the picked army walking down here, that energetic body is integrating in with the new cosmic reality matrix system. So our biospheres will be programmed into the cosmic matrix, so it's going to basically we're going to be written back into the simulation so we can actually produce something now and make some money instead of everyone just stealing it and mimicking us from one country to another off frozen servers. That happens on the 10th. And then on the 11th, the sun and M sun that aligns with that frequency whatever that is this year in 2025 is going to anchor for this year. Then the 12th, then it keeps going. Then after that anchors, then we've got basically 2 more days of flushing. I believe it's the 13th that everything starts going through the veins of the planet, and Uluru down to Australia, from the Arctic, kind of on that mutable Australia all the way over up to Alaska. That's the 13th. It's all car codes are getting flushed through the entire geosystem. I know it ends on the 15th is the 8th day, because that's the day we rest. I have it right here, but it's not important right this second for this video. I'm just showing you where we're at in the process. The 17th. So basically we've got the 15th. Ow, man, I've been holding this phone. Hi, Corky. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm just going to put this down for a minute, and I'm going to grab it. This is also, Venus just moved into Scorpio, but 3i Atlas on the original trajectory, this is the day that Venus lines up on that last orbit with Venus of 3i Atlas, which is why the StarGate's lining up. Y'all know those collapsible things? And I've got one. It's like the geometric things, and it collapses and goes down. You make a ball, collapse, makes a ball. We're just making, that's what's happening. We're making a bigger, the ball got bigger. We ate all the balls. They had too many of them. Too many owls, too many angles, too many ABs. Not enough ABs. Too many linked into AB. Right. So this sequence, this 04310 is going to take us until the 13th. The 13th of November is 0 point. Between now and then, in this 10-day resurrection cycle, we have Mercury and Jupiter going retrograde. Then the 17th, which is, because then the sequence starts over again. So basically, it's a flip version. So we had 0 days. We're going to have 4 days. We'll have 3 days. We'll have 1 day, 1 0 point day. And then it goes flips. And it goes 1, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. So right now, it's like everything's being broken apart in a weird way. And then the next 10 days, it's going to get resurrected. So this is why I say pay attention to what's coming up, pay attention to what's coming in, even write down that you saw me today if you're on this, on your calendar, because then you can go back and look at these days, because this 04310 stuff is going to be going on for the next 3 years for sure, and there's different months that it pops up, because basically it's the Ophiuchus month. We're having to run 2 or 3 calendar sets in one calendar, but we do it from etheric space-time. So there's pockets of dates where there was so much manipulation that it basically becomes writable. And this is why most of November is 04310 days, because it was open source code. We're changing it back. On the 17th, which is the last 3 day on that flip, is when we rebirth IO codes. So IO moon command codes were rebirthed on November 17th, 2022. So we're on the 3rd year, not the 9th year. We're on the 3rd year, not the 8th year, not the 6th year. We're on the 3rd year. So we're on the 3rd year. So it's going to catalyze. It's going to turn on. It's not going to turn on and be automatically connected to everybody. Not yet. It's going to set up anchors next. See, it's going to turn on in all of us. Then everything's got to go into chaos and move around and expand. And then next year we'll anchor it. Then the next year the whole moon system's going to change. I mean, every moon. That's how the moons work. Every moon on every planet is linked together into our moon. It's different settings on a real moon, the real moon that controls ovulation and that type of thing. So realize whenever you have a fake moon, you just took over human race birthing. That part. You're under a false moon. It controls every single ovary cycle down here. If you want to take over the breeding of the human race, you change the moon. It's how they did it. It's how we did it. So November 17th, that's when that sequence is going to catalyze. It's the last 3 days of the flip. And then on the 3rd, 4th day, on the 20th, we've got the new moon lining up at 28, 29 degrees Scorpio. And so that's like open source and non-open source merging up. And between now and the 20th, Unix boxes could blow. That's why I'm on here. I'm really feeling like the Unix boxes are gonna blow. They're like, it could even, I don't know if it's going to be setting up to, I don't know if it's going to blow in strands. I know that all that we've done in the past 8 years is like, we need them to blow now because we've already collected we already took all the data and put it where it needed to go. It's already built. Now we need them to blow. Before, if it blew, there was no system for it to go in. It all would have been lost and the human race would have ended. Now there's a true etheric bloodline system tuned for now through the ancient scions. This is why it was here. But it's not to put people in levels forever. You're just supposed to get out of the levels. Just because you're sorted and put in a system doesn't mean now that's where you're supposed to sit. In fact, you're supposed to be pissed off. You're supposed to go, oh shit, why am I on level 1 again? What the fuck? Who's coming with me? Who's not supposed to be down here on level 1? Because I know some back doors. Let's get the fuck out of here. You're not supposed to be like, oh, the system put me at level 1. Guess I'm going to sit here. No. Unless you're a level 1 being. If you're a level 1 being, then you're home. All right. Just to remind y'all, I've got a website, coCHEE32.com. Go check out the blankets. Go to all this stuff is conscious. And it all worked. In fact, this is Scorpio. This is Scorpio 2. Notice how it's earth. Notice how it's green and notice how it's earth colors. Mutable. Open source. Blows my mind how this all works. I know too much. Oh yeah, here. Oh shit. Hold on. Just take out the degrees. It's coCHEE32.com. And I know it's not the best website in the world. If y'all are going to find out what all it's taken us to get this far, and it's going to blow your mind at some point whenever y'all hear the whole story. But you kind of got to go looking around in there, but there's a lot in there. The easiest way to start following along is to get a 444 and a 777. It's $12.21. And basically, we're collecting that to clean your money, to help you start cleaning your money. So it's basically just an energetic exchange. And it's for the 444 is, and I don't have any, do I have, hold on, let me show you what this is Libra, this is Leo. Like, we have all this down to the houses in the subconscious. Like, we even know what colors create which emotions that's used in the simulation and in the logos and in all the color. In fact, their matrix is set up on our color system. The matrix is set up on our color system, but the colors are formed from the stars. It's how you see color. This is why people are colorblind. This is why pink isn't a color. It's a physics experiment, but it's also why it doesn't show up until Libra. Bright. Sirius A is baby pink, but that's because it's your heart. Your bright pink don't show up. I just had to come in here and get this. This is one of our most popular blankets. And if you've been on an etheric, and this is the one we all, look, I have like 6 houses in Libra. And we're having to do this stuff by Printify. So we're having to pay pretty much full price for everything that we get too. So we're real careful about what we get. This is the Cancer. This is seriously velveteen. It's a velvet blanket. And this is Cancer. And this is the Fibonacci sequence. And these are the colors of Sirius. And this is where the pastels are. And you think that it's and it brightens up. The Cancer stuff brightens up any room. But what's crazy is it actually takes you deeper. You think because it's bright that's what's crazy. Because when we put pastels in babies' rooms, now we know it was taking them deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Like, we know so much about the color now and the colors and we're learning more and more. And the more of y'all that use the brand, the more we'll learn, because it goes into the consciousness. So that Cancer one takes you in a deep, deep healing. And I think what I'm going to do, because I ordered all the Cancer stuff. Like, I've got, that's the curtain. This is under House of Cancer. That's one of the curtains. And I have it on the ground. I use it as a rug in here. This is one of the other Cancer blankets. This is a Sherpa. The other one's velveteen. And the Cancer stuff, we all got it around March timeline and in the wheel, like, you're rebirthing everything in the spring and summer. So definitely, like, I'm going to be pushing this Cancer stuff big time next year, because that's what we did this year. We all bought Cancer. Oh, and we've got shower curtains. The shower curtains are like really cool, and one of the best ways to do it, because the water has memory. This is the shower curtain. And it really does, every time you go read what they do, because I put in the energies what they're doing, like the physics, because that's the wheel of Cancer. So every time you get in that shower, the water is clearing your etheric body. Every time. But they all do different stuff. So it's like in the springtime, I wanted Cancer. Now I'm like, I need $500 to get my own brand of Capricorn in here so I can show you. I want Capricorn everything right now. I want Capricorn everything. right now. And I really feel like, as far as like the decorations and even the sweatshirts, like the coCHEE sweatshirts, because the difference between wearing them and it being in your house is that one is going to build up a longer lasting energetic, and it's in the grid. It's telling me again, I'm telling y'all to purchase products that aren't on TikTok Shop. Well, y'all can fuck off. You can fuck off. Like, seriously? You can't take over the internet and take over the tech, and then only y'all push what you want them to push. I mean, you use this platform to sell everybody and everything's shit. Why are you bothered with me? So I can't use this platform that my energy uses, that I don't ask for anything on here anyway. I don't do any of your crazy trends. This is actually technology that was built to use in order to get information out to the human race in the middle of an ascension, not for you to gate it, put us in corrals and put us on servers, and then you monetize what we want to create. You already did that. That's what we were here to undo. TikTok, you better be fucking careful messing with Venus. You got how many Chinamen stuck up there right now? I can tell you why. FYI, I'm Han and Arxiad dynasty. I really am a princess. Ming and Arxiad. Not Arabian, Arxiad. This is the 444. And so basically it's under Digi Downloads. Okay? It's under, and we send you an email like within 24 hours. And this is the Digi Download. And you'll have all the colors. And this has all the numbers and all the star rays. It's got a little 3 words just energetically of what it is, to kind of give you an idea of what the energy is. I could write a book on each one of these and make a movie about each one. And in fact, it's called History. And then it tells you each degree that those rays go under. So, right now we've got some energy here. We just had Venus step into here. We just left here. Venus just went into here. We've got energies in here. We've got energies in here. We're right here. So this, even if you don't want to go look up your chart, this will tell you what the collective energy is. And then you know what energy is available, so you know what you can do with it. It's like drawing your own sigil. Like, you can't rely on the old sigils anymore. It's like you watch those movies and you're like some super witch if you can draw your own sigil. Well, sigils is astronomy. Every single sigil you've ever seen is based off astronomy in the wheel. That's why the lines are there. It's connecting a house to a house. Well, this is breaking it down from a CERN language. They broke it out into color and particles, and we got every single bit of the data. This is how it comes through to you. So this is the 444. These are some of the hoodies, the coCHEEs. I only have one right now, and the coCHEEs, because we had to change vendors, which we might be able to change back. This is the Libra. The Libra is really cool. It's got like tattooed, but these are all the colors of Libra. And this one gives you balance in the matrix. Literally, like when you put this on, you might as well put on Libra armor. And you can feel it, especially when you have the hood up. I just had to come over here. Woo! And by the way, this is the angelic symbol for power. And this is the 777. So under Digi Downloads on the website, you've got the this is why I say for $12.21, you're in the game. We send you this. And now remember, you can go look up anybody's charts that you want to, get their approval, but especially your children or whatever else. The 777 is going to tell you, and this has got a lot of information in it. It's like a book. It's like a mini book. It tells you exactly what the gifts are and what the energy is. So Venus right now is elemental transmitter and transmuter. Connected natural earth properties through water, salt, air, metal, gemstones, etc. or gas of connection, wields collective currents, makes waves, lower house current by air elements, color, sound. It makes color, sound, and shape. It moves energies around in colors, sound, and shape. Powerful ability to control the elements, engages emotion in others, connects to current. Transmutation of connections is key. Don't get on the wrong wave. That's where Venus is right now. So when you have this, and I just say, go blow it up. You can go put it on 11 by 17. It's the cheapest way to get y'all the information so that I don't have to ship y'all a book and I don't have to pay to print it. It's like a donation. So it's the way we came up with. And once you have this, then you go to the website, pull your chart, equal house. You can go pull and have all your star points. Or this is under Digi Download on the website. Or if you want to go under Align and Find, you can get for $22. We'll do a little chart. And I don't have mine printed. It's basically your own 444. We pull all the colors. We go through and tell you what energies, look at your chart, what energies you have in which one, and then I'm doing them right now, so it doesn't matter if it's not on a star point. I'm still giving, because we've mastered the wheel, so I'm still can tell you what that degree in the wheel is doing, even if it's not on one of the 32 star points, but it's on one sheet. It's kind of like a consult. When we start doing healings, which we are next year, this will be part of the healing. You'll get one of these and then you'll have the session. If you already have your 22, then you get a discount on the session. Everything in the brand is buildable to be cheap because we know what it's like to be coming out of this. We know you go through this energetic time where the money is hard. It is buildable. It's made that way to help you along. Or there is a $300 reading. I'm not even going to say, if someone orders it, then they order it. Then you might have to wait a little bit because I do them whenever I can. But when I do those, it blows you wide open. Because I basically write your etheric cosmic field for you. And write it all down for you. So I write it into existence, and now you're on a year-to-year processing. And I've had people that have been with me for 4 years, and I've had them the first year you're on 3, 6, 9 months. You hit your anniversary and because you're upgrading and you don't stop. It just becomes an anniversary date. You can also, under Align and Find, get a coloring book. We made a coloring book for you guys to be able to write your own chart. And it walks you through what the sigils are, where to look, where do you have Jupiter, is it the first house, and so basically it walks you through the whole thing. So you have a book of your chart all written out, and then we pull the star rays from that. Because that's basically how we have to do it over here. When you do the coloring book, it's a Digi Download as well. We email it to you and you print it out. And then we send you 2 videos on how to do it to watch, where I'm walking you through it. The best way is the way I just said. because you doing it is an alignment, because it's not astrology, it's astronomy. And going through this process separates those so that you can use both of them instead of just one. It's not just the planets, it's the planets and the stars. The masonry is gone. You need the stars. The masonry only used the stars. That's why I know about the masonry. Right? So this is the best way, because if you get the digi thing and you start following along and with what I post and over here, and you using this chart, then you'll be able or get the coloring book, or you can order a 22. Or if you know that you just need to be completely, like, if you know you've been looking for me and you knew that there was going to be somebody that could write your shit in and blah, 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 and you know it's me, then that's the 300, that's the digi chart. You get a digi chart, which is a wheel that shows the energies in the wheel. Let me show you what a digi chart looks like. You can also order a digi chart. I think it's $55, and we give you this graphic, and we email you the graphic so you can have it printed on anything you want. Like if you wanted to get your chart done, and then we basically will give you don't get a full write up. We give you a graphic that looks like this. And it's your own personal energy frequency. And then it tells you these correspond over here. Right? So and you can do your natal chart, you can do your progress chart, and you can do your draconic. I start with your natal though. But this is like your own personal energy frequency. So, print this out on 11 by 17 like this and hang it on your wall. Because this is your gauge. This is your energy dial. Or if you want to do something for Christmas and order this, and yeah, I could totally sell blankets to y'all and do all that, but y'all can do that. You could just we're going to send you the file. If you want to order something on Printify, or order a blanket, or personalized blanket, or whatever with this on it, which is really good when your blanket with your natal on it, because basically it's like your energy gauge while you're laying there. So anyway, we're trying to do this without using as much waste and pay for as much shipping, and like save money on everyone's behalf as much as possible. And we even realize that you're gonna print more. Good. Print them and throw them out of a helicopter, please. For $4.44, go print them and throw them out of a fucking helicopter. Pay me $4.44 and go pass them out on your street, please. The more that know, the stronger it is. And when you do your chart, you basically connect all your energies up into the cosmic energies, and then it starts, when you're coming up, it's pressing down. Not you just coming up, nothing coming down. That's the difference. And you just have to have it in your consciousness and just know that it's connected, and everything else starts working. It just aligns you. That's it. It's a biosphere cosmic alignment. Everything else that comes out is you. We'll walk you through the process because we understand how the energies work through the ladder. But everything that comes, I'm not trying to teach you or make you believe nothing. All we're doing is lining up your biosphere to your astronomy, so that you can start getting the information and the assistance from the collective and the ancestors. Then you determine who you are in the new in you world when you're done with that. Because coming out of that, you have no idea. Thank you. Don't you love what they block? So the website, Don, if you could put it on there again, if I need to make a little sign. I need to do so many things. Like, that's between you and me right now. That's what I'm just damn exhausted. Etherically, we're pulling off stuff that's never been done before. Our energy's like all over the place. We're getting like pulled and cut from one direction, fried on the other direction. We're the ones that are like conscious that all this is going on as we're overtaking it for the first time. But I really just want to be making sweatshirts, going to flea markets, talking to y'all. I want everybody using the cards already. Like, I'm like chomping at the bit, but we're literally having to go slow because it's so powerful. When y'all order, like, everyone in the world that gets one of these sends out a frequency from where you're at. It's conscious. So whenever y'all order this stuff that in the different houses, we feel the matrix change, and you even are sensing it when it shows up in your state. 9 times out of 10, the ones that are coming back and telling me when they order stuff, y'all go check the tracking, like, and it just entered your area. You felt it. And we feel it too, because it alters it alters the energetics of that sequence, because it's tuned to the organic. Right. You're one person bringing in what you can energies of the cosmos, not even the universe. There is no universe. That's the problem. They went multiverse with it. All right. Thank y'all. Thank you for checking out the website. And so that's what's up. Take care of yourself. Just take care of yourself. This, with Venus coming in here, if you saw this, just now you know. If you feel like someone's been hacking in your energy, you can't figure out how the fuck. Okay, now you've got some type of idea. Now just put up some type of protection in your mind, but also don't vault yourself in, because you want to see, just, I cannot be written over. I command, it's 4:14, I command no writer, collective writer, religious writer, artificial intelligence, or ancestral hold that I have cleared can write my Scorpio field. And I command to know what needs to be changed as I come through it, and to be shown the way I need to be shown to correct it, so that I get the full power in Sag to connect in Capricorn. Because the truth is, the first year you come through Scorpio, you won't have that connection into Capricorn yet. You'll get that next year. That's why it's a process. Even if you've got Capricorn, because it's an upgrade. All right, I'm really leaving now.